Preston, you are too cute, but now we want to talk about how cute we are. So we're going to show you guys how to create the perfect flawless base for makeup. And my makeup artist is Lilliana. She's right here with us today. And you like to do a combination attack. So you want to do a little bit of baking and a little bit of contouring, right?
Yes.
Because the two actually work in tandem really beautifully together. So what I'm so excited is that Lou's actually going to walk you through that process. So even if you don't get a chance to work with an amazing artist like her every day, you're going to be able to do this for yourself in your mirror, in your bathroom, to make sure that you have a flawless face no matter what. Okay, so before we start, there's a couple of things that are really easy steps. What are the first two things that everybody should do when they're starting their makeup routine?
Well, you would want to do your canvas, which is your foundation, your concealer. You could do your brows, you could do your eyes.
So like foundation, primer, all of that before stuff. And
skincare.
Skincare. And by the way, if you guys are looking at Lou's face right now and being like, wait a second, why does she have powder all over her face? Well, that's because this is a crucial step. This is what we call baking. So what exactly does baking mean? Because it doesn't involve cupcakes or a cake. Sadly.
In the makeup world, baking is basically using translucent powder, loose translucent powder, and just putting it right on the areas where you think you want to set. So you could put it right under the eye after your concealer to set your concealer. You could also do it on your T-zone. So after you dust this off, you'll get that flawless, that matte, that flawless finish, that smooth look.
Now, I know for me, I tend to have really oily skin. It's just my skin type. And so what Lou does for me is she bakes in my T-zone. So if we were baking me right now, we would have baked down the center from my forehead all the way, to my chin, probably, right? And then would you have teed it out kind of right around my nose? So that's how I would bake. And the thing about baking is that you can completely customize it for yourself. So Lou does not have the same oily skin that I have. So she's baking like right under her eyes. And the reason I think people love to bake under their eyes is because it sets all of that concealer. And that's where you want that brightness. That's where you get that kind of flawless finish. So if you're going to pick one place to bake, this is probably the easiest. It would be under the eye. That's like the most effective place to bake. So what are the tools and products that you need to bake effectively?
You need a good brush. So we have one of the SHANY brushes here from the brush set. And you need a loose, translucent powder. Okay,
so remember, you guys, translucent. You cannot use your bronzing powder for this.
No.
You cannot use your colored loose powder. You really want something that is completely translucent because this is getting all brushed off your face. So this one's from Elizabeth Arden, and you and I love this. What do you like about it? Because you're an artist and you've gotten a chance to work with all of the best products on the market. Why this Elizabeth Arden one for you?
This one actually has vitamin D in it. So it really gives you, and it gives you that healthy skin, that healthy looking skin. And once you brush it, so I've had this sitting for a few minutes now, and that's what baking is. You let it sit.
So can you do
a couple of seconds.
So once you put it on your face, can you do other parts of your makeup? Like, could I do my brows while I'm baking?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You can multitask. You can leave this on. Well, for this one, I'm gonna dust this off.
Okay.
But if you want, you can let it sit, and you could do your contour.
Yeah.
So you could take another brush and use this contour palette right here, the Lorac Pro Contour Palette. And you can contour
while you're baking.
And I'll show you a little bit of that now. So right under the cheekbone. I'm using the medium contour. And if you're a little lighter than me, you could use the light. And if you're darker than me, you could use, you could use the deep.
So you're going right under. Just do one side because I want to see just on the left side, and then I want to talk about this palette because I think with contour palettes there are so many out on the market right now. There's an entire discussion about whether you want to use a cream contour, do you want to use a powder contour, a gel. So there's so many different ones. So I want to talk about this powder, but now you're contouring. Okay, so basically on the right side here, what you have is her bake, which she has left. Don't do the other side.
Okay.
She's left the bake here so that you can see the difference. So this is the bake, this is the after. And if you saw her do that, you saw that she basically took the brush and just blended it out. Because you're not really, you want to keep a little bit of the powder on the skin, right? The point isn't to remove all of the powder.
Yeah, well, that's what your skin, the heat of your body, it's absorbing it.
Hence, baking.
So it's allowing it, it's absorbing it, and it's allowing it to kind of sit, just so that shine, that oil
goes away.
Is gone.
And one thing I notice a lot is with my concealer products, they tend to move, right? It tends to spread. Like I look great right when I put my concealer on, but 3 hours later, my concealer feels like it's gone. Does baking help that concealer sit and stay on the skin?
Absolutely. And you have long days. So you need that extra protection, that extra setting, that extra baking.
Now, let's just say I don't have a brush. What's another tool that I can use to bake with?
You could apply it with a sponge.
Ooh, okay.
But in order for you to really dust it off, you need
a powder brush. Yeah. Okay, so these SHANY brushes are great. I also love them because they have those like really long bristles.
Yeah.
And I notice when you bake with me, you always use these long bristle brushes just to move the powder very gently off the face. This is the brush set right here. I think it comes with all of these brushes. This is like more brushes than we use on me. And by the way, I wear a lot of makeup. This is 32 pieces right here. These are all natural high-end makeup brushes. And it really does include like the essential brushes that you as a makeup artist use on all of your clients. But at the same time, don't feel intimidated by the size of this brush set, you guys, because you're going to figure out what you need for your own face. Like you might not use all of them, but it's really nice to have them because if you're somebody that's learning to do makeup or you're watching tutorials on YouTube, one thing you always notice is that all of the YouTube beauty bloggers have all of these brushes.
You want options.
You want options. So it's nice to have them all in case you decide to try a more advanced look. Okay, so let's go back to baking.
Okay.
All right, so you've baked on the left, you're done. Brush off on the right side so we can have them match. So how do you do it?
So
Any technique? You just literally lift it off.
Swipe in one direction.
Okay. And then with whatever's left on the brush, you're just going in
around
the
nose?
nose?
Going down, because I also have combination skin, so I need to touch on the T-zone as well, but really go in one direction.
Okay, and once you've baked, because baking goes after foundation, once you've baked, do you do anything to the area where you've baked? Are you allowed to apply more makeup there, or do you just want to leave it?
Definitely. You could add more blush. I could add blush on top of this.
Okay.
I had a little bit of blush, but sometimes the powder does cover it up a little bit, so you could add and apply more blush if you'd like.
And one thing we're definitely going to do today is contour, because I do think that when you're doing the baking, the contour just like makes your face pop. It really shows off those cheekbones, whether they're God-given or not. I don't have cheekbones, but when Lou does my makeup, it looks like I do. And the key to doing that is having the right tools. And I have to say, this Lorac contour palette is amazing, you guys. I'm going to show you what's inside. You get 2 matte highlighters, you get 1 shimmer highlighter, and 3 matte contour shades. And what I love about it is that our skin tone changes throughout the year, right? Like in the winter, we all tend to be a little bit lighter. In the summer, we have a richer color to our skin. So it's nice to be able to buy one palette that you can actually use all year round. And because you're getting 3 different contours, you can custom blend to get that exact color and that you can get that really beautifully sculpted look to your face. So I love this because I think you can highlight and contour with it.
Absolutely.
So let's go step 1. If I am new to contouring, what is the first easy step to contouring?
So for contouring, I think of the number 3.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm going to do the medium, but if I'm a little bit darker, I could definitely use the
dark. Yeah.
Right. So I just go right on the cheekbones, and then I create a number 3. So it'll be right up here on the forehead, down under the cheekbones, and under the jawline.
Under the jawline, not on the jawline.
No. So you want to create that shadow right over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what does contouring help do?
Defines. It defines your face. So you could manipulate a little bit. You could show more cheekbones. And if you use the highlighter, it'll definitely give it a nice pop.
Okay, so finish up that medium contour. You're doing it in the 3 on the right side of your face. Make sure you do it on both sides of your face.
Yes.
And you want it to match as closely as possible, right?
Absolutely.
See, that looks so good. Like you're already starting to see, because I think what people don't understand is contouring is basically just bringing out the highs and the lows of your face, right? So you want to hit the areas that would naturally be darker, like the top of your forehead, right here. All of that would be shadowed to lift everything else, because that's what it's doing. It's almost giving you like a facelift with makeup.
Absolutely. And then if you use your highlighter, I mean, you could. I'll use the same brush.
Okay. Do you want a different brush? Do you want to use this one?
Yeah, we could use this one.
Okay. So you go in to your highlight, and you've got two different highlights. Why the beige versus the yellow?
For my skin tone, I'm going to use the beige. You know, if you're a little darker than me, then you can use the yellow.
Okay.
So for the beige, and you want to use your highlight on the prominent areas of your face. So that being the nose.
Top of the nose.
Right here. Right here on the top of your cheekbones.
Okay.
And you could do a little bit on the brow bone.
Ooh, I like that. That already looks so pretty on you.
Right here.
It just looks so finished and polished to me. It just looks like a complete face. Everything comes together. It just makes your lips pop. It makes your eyes pop. It just really is such a beautiful look. And I think one of the biggest misconceptions about contouring and baking is that the overall effect is too much for daytime. But I actually think when you do it with the right tools and the right products, like the SHANY brushes, like this Elizabeth Arden powder and the Lorac contour kit, you actually end up with something that's really, really wearable every day. And if you wanted to go in and highlight with something that wasn't powder, we want to show you guys one of our favorites. This is the Stila Glitter and Glow Highlighter. Lou, I'm going to let you do a little bit of this because this is something that you just want to use like a tiny bit of.
If you want to vamp up your highlighting.
Like if you want to transition this contoured look from day to night, this is a great way to do it because it's a liquid highlighter. So it feels like it almost like stays better and it does show up a little bit more. We have two different colors available. We have Monarch and Queen. They're both really similar, but they do give off a different kind of iridescence depending on what you're looking for. So you've gone and put this right on kind of like the highlight of your cheekbone.
Yeah.
But this is a multitasker, you guys. You can use this as a little bit of an eyeshadow. I've mixed it with lip gloss before as well, just to give a little bit of a glitter effect to some of my more matte lip glosses. And I love that it's so easy to use and you just need the tiniest amount of product. A little definitely goes a long way. So you see kind of Lou applying it with her fingers.
So pretty.
We're not even using a brush. She's using her fingers.
Yeah,
because the warmth of your fingers, I think, also blends it out really nicely.
You could definitely use a brush, though, and I'll show you how.
All right, so try with the little brush so we can see that. And while she's doing that, don't forget, you guys, all of these products are available right now on Amazon. We love the fact that you're able to get these top makeup artist pro tools on Amazon, along with all of these amazing beauty picks that Lou picked out for us. I mean, she truly is an artiste. She does all of our makeup.
I'm going to put a little bit right here.
Where are you going to put it? Ooh, in the inner corner of your eye. I love that. Always teaching us new tips and tricks. Don't forget, this one is from Stila. I absolutely love it. It looks so good on you.
I love it.
And don't forget, just because you're contouring and baking does not mean that you look like you've got a full face of makeup on. It's all about recreating and highlighting the natural beauty that you have.
That is you.
Exactly. It's highlighting the natural beauty that you are with just a little help from some products and some fabulous tools. It looks so good.
I love it. We have to try this on you one day.
I know. I definitely want to try that for sure. All right. Well, don't go anywhere. We have more beauty trends for you coming up right now.